So long as we keep watch and don't throw out too much magic, we should be fine.
Right, sounds good. We'll set up a watch, and as soon as they're done, and she kind of nods to Gabrielle and Major Fleet. She's like, I'll kind of maybe explain our plan to everyone.
I think that'd be a good idea.
And quite good timing, in fact, as at this point, Major Fleet and Gabrielle have kind of just a break where they are just. He's basically just calming her down and telling her everything is going to be fine. And he's just like, I'm going to go right over here. He immediately sensed that Zeka was, at the very least, hovering around her and just and looks over him, sees the goat legs, and has a moment of just like almost biting his lip, looks around and just is like, stay with this lad, he seems like a good lot, and walks over to Ode. You all have my frankly unending thanks for bringing me back my daughter. You explained some along the way, but to be frank, I had a moment of tunnel vision along the way. You said that we would be heading to a distant city. Is that correct? Regarding the whole party, with the exception of Gabrielle.
Yes, I think... Oh,
sorry,
no?
my audio was being weird for a second. I meant to say...
It's fine, Ode. I mean, it was a little bit rude, but you can say what you want.
No, Ode just said yeah when she said heading to a distant city. So if Morak wanted to say something, then...
Oh, no, I mean, that's all you had to say, Ode. That's fine. I just don't know why you interrupted me. But yes, sir, what's your name again?
Major Sebastian
Fleet.
Fleet.
Major Fleet. I'm sorry, I haven't met him before. It's not a proper introduction. Hi, I'm Morak. But basically, I was taught by a mage who specialized in fire magic in Cathartis. I'm actively working on getting you guys letters and papers to get safe passage in the city. You could stay with my family, and she would be safe and learn how to control her powers.
And I guess just to jump off that, we have kind of our little crew that we've been traveling with, but with Joro and Ernalis and Annette, she kind of says their names to get their attention. Well, because Harry Magi, it seems like it's not really a safe city for you, or she kind of looks to Annette like it probably is a safe city for you, but still, we thought that if you wanted to go to Cathartis too and I don't know, study magic or continue to just live in a safer place, then you might be able to both help Major Fleet and Gabrielle get there, and then be in a place where we could check in with you easier than trying to get back to Harry and Magi. So that was our idea for if you're interested. We obviously don't want to force anyone to do it, but that was kind of the idea we had. And then we didn't really want to go back to Cathartis right now because we wanted to investigate some stuff up north of here, but yeah.
You see Annette look kind of respond or look over it. Look over at Joro, the Fleets, at you, and then her eyes kind of linger on Kezia. Yeah, I can do that. I can keep them safe. No issues.
We can set up camp tonight and potentially talk if we need to talk. Kind of gesturing towards Kezia and Annette.
That's fine. I can head out tonight, but if they need a rest, it makes no difference to me. Major Fleet interjects immediately. Oh god. Her powers, are they permanent? Do you all know that?
They almost certainly are.
Oh, you don't need to roll. You see this. You just see a silent fuck escape his lips, and just like this point of like tension go across his face. Seems like he's thinking about stuff. Okay.
No,
You
Let
said
me be clear here.
You said Cathartus would be the place to refine this. Do you happen to have any notes on how this began? This one is to the wider group.
How this what?
How this began.
Her magic, or what?
Yes.
Like
that.
Catharsis, because I could give you the history on that right now.
I think that is better saved for an exposition dump when it becomes more relevant, such as when you're visiting. However, I was referring to her abilities.
I mean, I started to see a lot more of my abilities come into play after this happened to me. Sometimes the weave...
He pales.
Well, okay, to be clear, I got a lot of my powers after this happened to me. She already has her powers, so the chances of her getting sheep legs, not goat legs, are pretty low, I would say, at this point.
Next
but-
to none. Let me be clear.
Like, I would say, if there are like 6 million people on this planet, I would probably say like 1 in 6 million chance that she will get goat legs. Sheep, fuck. So,
I
shoot,
don't think there's
sorry.
6 million people on the planet.
How many do you think there are?
I was thinking like
6 billion.
no, I was thinking like 6,000.
I mean, what are people? Because like all humans.
You know what?
People?
We can get back to this. I think we need to reassure this man some more.
Oh,
Are you doing it?
Right,
you
yes.
recall that there's some census data, pre-war, admittedly, in some of the Cerulean Eye archives. You can go back to that later.
Oh, okay, great. No, Otis has no concept of how many people are.
Yeah, to be fair, 6 million that's a big thing to conceptualize. Like, I don't think anyone...
Ode works on small numbers, and what she's seen alone, she's convinced there's 85 people on the planet.
Yeah, she said like 60.
Funny.
I'm gonna sort of just quietly walk up towards Major Fleet, and I'm gonna sort of just tug on his shoulder for a moment, just give him a tap, and I'll look at him and tell him, "Hey, sorry to interject here. I'm not really making the big decisions here, and I don't have a lot to say about when it happened or what the ramifications are of your daughter being able to do stuff like that and everything. But forgive me if I seem like I'm overstepping my bounds here a little bit, because I'm a fair bit younger than you, and as a result, probably a little less wise to the ways of the world. But I can't help but see a familiar look in your eye right there, to something I've been through not all that long ago here. I had a life I liked a whole lot and never really thought anything odd of or thought that I want anything different. And all of a sudden, without me asking for it, I got what I considered a curse that made me dangerous and problematic and ended the life the easy, happy life I thought I was living. And I had a lot of struggle and trouble with that, especially early on with it, and didn't really know what to do about it, and left home looking for anything, any way to stop it I possibly could find, anything I could do about it I possibly could find, and it still scares me to this damn day. I haven't figured out any of the answers I went looking for. But the thing that I sort of started to realize along the way is that things got a whole lot easier when I saw enough of the world to open my mind up a little bit to thinking that maybe this thing that I've got is only a curse if I call it that. And if I decide to give it another name or call it something different, well, there was nothing about it inherently making it a curse. It was just my perspective doing that. So, I don't know, maybe take a deep breath here, and if you're willing to look at your daughter in a light that is not the one that you're inherently sort of wanting to think through just based on your experiences, open your mind a little bit to the idea that it might be not such a bad thing, even if it seems like it is right now. We're giving you the means to go and try to hone this and make it a part of her instead of making it instead of dealing with it. If you embrace it, it's going to get easier.
Artie, as you say all of that, You see, like, tension, anger, confusion, and just all this mix of emotions go over his face. At the end of it, though, he looks at you, and through somewhat gritted teeth, magic cost me my wife, her mother. It cost me my brother, and it cost me countless friends. And you see just his grip just around himself, around his hand. It's just like incredibly tense. But he looks over at his daughter, and it relaxes. I won't let it cost me my daughter. And he just kind of regards, I would say Artuk, Ode, and Morak are kind of the, and Byron actually as well, are the kind of four that are the most immediately in front of him. If this is what you all believe is best for her, I will follow your advice, and I will do my damnedest to keep her safe in this way. And he lowers, and he begins to, he kind of walks over to Morak. So how will we be moving towards her? He begins to talk logistics with Morak at this exact moment.
Oh, I don't need to roleplay that, but Morak's heavily into talking about logistics.
Oh, I had a feeling you would enjoy that. But yeah, he seems more concerned about his daughter than about being scared of his daughter.
Yeah, and you see Morak like put down like 6 letters and a little fold-out pamphlet map, and each one has like very fancy wax seals on them, and like written like when you open these and shit like that. And then you also see him just take out his coin purse and give it to him.
Oh shit.
You actually see, as you were doing that, you see Major Fleet was also reaching for his coin purse and was on the verge of handing it to you. And it's like, oh.
So now that's approximately 299 gold. I don't know how I'm missing one. But
you see
yeah,
Bailey scampering away.
That should cover you for this trip.
Shit.
He very humbly and very slowly takes it with shaking hands, sets it to his pocket and kind of adds it to his pouch, pulls out his bastard sword, and presents it in front of Morak.
Oh.
And takes a knee in front of him.
You have a knight, my sir.
What are you? Thank you. I pick it out. How does it look? Like, what's it look like?
You could call it a masterwork.
Wow.
Oh, cool.
I owe you, for my daughter's safety, I owe all of you so much more, and I will find a way to repay you beyond just a simple trinket like that. Thank you all. Thank you all so very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Byron will pop over, slap him on the back, and say, "Oi, lad, it's all good. Happy to help."
He kind of lets out a chuckle, but as he kind of begins to stand up, he makes direct eye contact with Morak. My name is Major Sebastian Fleet. Any moment that you have need of my call, I will be there to assist all of you in whatever way you need. You have my word. And he extends a hand out to Morak specifically.
Morak shakes his hand. But like the orcish way, so it's a little bit awkward at first.
It's just,
It's the 2-finger one, where they're like
Yes.
the 2 fingers, and that's within the 2 fingers.
it takes him a second. It's just like...
Only limp fish handshake.
Oh, that's even worse.
After a moment
I
of
was thinking-
awkwardness, though.
It's
When I
so
was in-
jarring because you expect it to be strong, but then when it's weak, it's like, not only is it a limp fish handshake, it's like, oh, I was expecting.
You were
So much
expecting like
more.
the Klingon arm grab.
Yeah, no, it's very much like it's a submissive type thing. Like both of you guys are like, yes, we are doing this right now, and you both just like lackadaisically put your hands against each other.
I really
And
like
just
that.
let them sit there
And then you make out.
just a little bit.